Hey, we're here again.
Good morning.
Good evening,
America. Here we are again. It's 24 hours. I'm just going to hit that screen. It's not going to let me. Just going to tap that there. Yes. Tap that.
Are we live? Are we there? We must be.
Maybe because I tapped the screen. Maybe that's what did it.
Oh, yes, it's saying we're live now. Look at that. We're
live.
live.
Woo!
We're live.
Oh, well. Boy.
Lots of things happening.
Joe Skinner's here. Joe gave us our first "Are you going to live tonight?" request in the history of our Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men.
Peyton Robinson's back.
Peyton's in. That's good. You want to see who's watching? Hey Lee, how are you? We're on 9 o'clock every night. EST. Christopher's here. Tom's here. That's it. It's totally entertaining. We have a repeat audience. It's goddamn crazy. That's what happens. Well, so what we do is we have a little bit of window cleaning talk and a little bit of news about the industry, a little bit of advice. Johnny brings us the sports channel.
No sports news today, none at all. None at all. None at all.
We didn't do so well, did we, Johnny? Where's my bag, man?
No, we lost them. We lost in our race, in our America's Cup race last night to Oracle. That was a bit of a shame, but we've got to let them think they can win one honest race against us, and then they can put all that mechanical shit aboard their boat and cheat yet again.
Julian Pearce is in from the UK. What are you doing up so late, Julian?
God, I love that latest YouTube clip of yours,
mesmerising.
Julian.
Mesmerising. The hydro blade. That was a great pitch, that was. Nice bit of video. Did you get the customer? Noah's here. Wouldn't miss it for the world, that's right. Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men, strike again.
Laurel and Hardy are up and awake.
Laurel and Hardy. I slept only, I went to bed about 10:30, 11. Well, I didn't actually go to bed. I was at John's place. I slept on his lounge. And I got up at 2. Because I'm still working on this website store. I just want to make it perfect for the rest of the season. You wouldn't believe what I'm doing here. But
He's getting his eye drops out again.
This is this vape thing, right? So you get a vape thing, and you get this canister here, and you put this glycerin liquid in there, which has got flavor and just 3% nicotine, but none of that bad stuff from cigarettes. Nah, none of that bad stuff. We'll check the battery. The battery's good, Johnny.
The battery's good. It's got a battery in it.
That's not so bad. All right, I'm ready to go again. Can't do a show without a vape, you know. Renee's here.
Renee's back.
Hey, how are you, Renee? Yes, Renee was the first person ever to share the Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men show. Laurel and Hardy strike again. So that was pretty exciting. But I think what we're going to do is, I think we just gather a nice little following. We'll get our nice little banter going.
Gareth's
and then
here.
we're going to put Gareth. That's awesome. Sean's
Sean
here.
Bird's here. Awesome. How are you, buddy?
Hey.
Haven't seen you in this before. You're new to the show.
Yeah, welcome. So, so we kind of talk a lot of shop talk. We've got
Hope
some
your mini
big
five's
news.
going well, buddy.
Whoa, we've got some big news today talking about...
Starsky and Hutch are back. Look.
Oh, Starsky and Hutch. That's another name for us. That would work. I might shut that blind because I think it's too much light behind us. Oh, this is my last day in this apartment. Well, I've got 3 weeks more rent to pay, but I start moving today into the new place. It's not as palatial as Johnny's place. He lives like a king. Rick's here.
I got a little shed.
Boom. That's good. Welcome. And but the news of the day is WCRA and PWRA, which merged a year ago, are shutting the doors.
And merging together again.
No, they're merging together and then shutting the doors and focusing on their 1,000 customers. Melissa's here. Hey, Melissa.
Hey, Dumb and Dumber. Oh, I remember that come your birthday.
Will's here. So, can you read that? Just shared. Good on you, Renee. See, Renee. Power. So here it is. So now we're going to talk a little bit of industry talk. Yeah, Todd's here. So if WCR, I saw Alex had to sell his Mustang, his prize Mustang the other day, the purple Mustang that he hardly ever drives, and he's a 10-year-old Mustang. So I thought, like Johnny knows cars. Johnny actually sells cars. When a guy sells a prized car, what's the next post that you see?
Oh, you show off like, especially with a Mustang, you will show off like crazy on your new one you've just got.
Because you'd only ever sell a prized Mustang.
Well, you'd very rarely sell a prized Mustang. You'd keep it as long as you could. I had a friend of mine in New Zealand's got 5 of them. He just won't sell them.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Yes! Yeah, we're pulling them in. They're great names.
Didn't those 2 get shot?
Well, we're going to get shot. I might get shot. I'm thinking of using Rich as a bodyguard next time we go to America. We're going to have Buddy Rich. He's like built like this, like a machine.
We don't need bodyguards. We just wear our cameras. Where's my hydro blade? Where's your order?
On its way.
God damn.
This is not customer service time. It's Sunday morning here. It's time to have fun.
Let me see if you
But I'm sure it's on the way. Yeah, Johnny will do that. So I'll tell the story. So there's a press release went out. Luke the window cleaner put it public. And it said, we're closing the doors on the WCRA and the PWRA. And now we're going to sort of talk about, like, why would they do that? Because they said they've got 1,000 members that pay $100 each. That's $100,000 a year. But they said they want to focus on the existing members and not get any new members. And you go, well, why wouldn't you want new members if you've already got 1,000 members? And then why would an old member feel disadvantaged if a new member joined in the focus? So we don't know, is it a grab for cash? Right? Might be a difficult time. And need to get some new people, just rush in, come on quickly, come in. Oh,
you're not going to break that one. You shouldn't break that one. The bloody thing's going to fly all the way to the UK.
Yeah. You just buy another one. Buy another one.
You should buy 4 or 5. You guys over there seem to break things a lot.
Oh my God. I'm tough on their tools,
buy a few of them. Buy a few of them.
That's it. Yeah, you could be the Hydroblade distributor, something like that. Double the money.
Double the money, triple the time. Double your income, triple your income.
Here's the question. The other fine print point was that the people that have paid that the system will honor the service to the end of the term of their payment. So it may be that there's only no more than 1 year's left. So from a circumstance point of view, just talking about the industry, if there's difficulty in the camp there, then maybe if you've got 1,000 people who have prepaid a year's membership and you're having a problem with what to do to get into the next year, then there could be a group action. No, I don't think so. In my opinion, it's about maybe.
Hey Dean, how are you?
There's another way that's going to go is that the windowcleaner.com new group will start. So we kind of close this one, do a grab for cash, Phoenix it into another one, and then let everybody go on and grandfather them into the new system. So there's one thing which is kind of like we're closing, rush in and be part of this amazing network of people, who are in the elite group but that are all locked up and nobody can get in, nobody can get out.
Oh, no, everybody can get out when you mention somebody else. You'll get kicked out.
If you mention us, right?
You'll get kicked out.
Kicked out. And then what happens if you've actually paid your membership?
You talk about them.
What if you paid your membership for a whole year and then you get kicked out? Do you then have to get your money back or like...
Yeah, if you get kicked out, do you get your money back?
I don't know.
Or do they just say...
Maybe you broke the rules. Maybe there are rules. You're not allowed to talk about products which they don't sell or something. I don't know.
Or products that people they don't get on with.
That's true, but I get on with them. Yeah. He's still my friend. I wrote to him and said, you're still my friend. I don't mind. Number 6. Okay, we'll fix that. There's Jimmy's just writing to us directly. So anyway, there's a couple of things to think about. Like, A, is it a grab for cash? B... Is it to close it down? Have they got legal opinion that in the event that they have a difficulty going into the future, because they had some difficulty in 2014, which I know, right? And they had to give the stock back to all the suppliers and all that sort of thing. And that's where the Racenstein thing came from. Racenstein kind of bailed them out by being the supplier, for all of their sales, right?
So the foreclosing thing.
There's a foreclosing story on the side of that, of the property. So it's possible. So then is it a grab for cash and then trying to limit? Right? Or is it a Phoenix where they're going to grab a bunch of people right now and then grandfather them into a brand new system, which is going to be really exciting?
Stephen, it's 9 a.m. over here on Sunday morning.
Sunday morning. Yes, that's it.
Why are they talking trash about Reach It? Because the reason they're talking trash about us, Rick, is they, as Perry was just alluding to the true event that happened, not their bullshit they keep posting. The true event that happened was They got into financial difficulty 2 years ago. They strung us out for a year to pay us off, finally paid us off. Then last year they hit Perry up and said, we can't survive on 30% commission from you guys. We need 40% commission and free freight. So we need
freight
50%.
Costs us, shipping costs us 10%. So 10% of our turnover goes in air freight.
Or else we can't afford to be selling your products.
So you spend $1,000 on a Reach It, and I'll get 500 of the 1,000. And I go, that's not sweet. That's not cool. Look at the warranty I give. Look at the support that we give. Look at the promotion that we give. Look at all that. So we said, look, we'll cut the line of credit.
He cut their line of credit, and when he cut the line of credit, all of a sudden they started all this bullshit they keep spreading.
And they wanted flow, but they wanted flow with big margins and stuff like that. And I said, I'm not sure, because you've been pushing, you didn't pay me any royalties. Like when 2016, when I went to Racing Scenes and 101s to see if we could expand our business and our distribution using distributors, which was our 2016 plan, then they kind of broke away and said, well, we've got the Wash It Pro. We don't want to pay you any royalties on that anymore. So they sold it for another year, as a Wash It Pro, and then changed its name to Zero Pure.
So I said, well,
if you're going to do that, I'm not going to give you Flow, right? Because Flow is amazing. Flow is the go, I tell you. Yeah. We've already had 4 people reorder 1 or 2 more.
More.
And other people, no, 1 or 2. Who's ordered 3 more?
Chris has ordered 3 more.
Right. So we've got guys committing to it. So we've got ourselves a winner. Winner. And
hey, if our product is such crap, why do they still keep getting feeds off the internet? If you guys go on and Google,
if you go and look up Reach It
polls, they still have our wording in their searches that comes up first as WCR supplying Reach It.
Yeah, then they put their little story in
It's a bullshit grab and
Stephen has a mighty flow.
Oh.
Yes. That's great. So anyway, I think that's hot news, hot industry news. So, but I don't know the real reason. I mean, I wish them well, of course, because they both got little families, and John Lee's getting elder, so he's got to make a plan for the future. So,
yes, we know, Stephen. Wow. Aha, that's great to hear.
Yeah, we've got this is 6 years. There's nobody been so focused and committed for the efficiency and safety of window cleaners in the last 6 years, right, than me. So anybody can go and take a Chinese pole and say, oh, Reach It Mini's 25 feet. I'll give you a 27-foot or a 29-foot pole. But they don't get the efficiency that we're talking about. The efficiency in all of the accessories going along with it, and the way the pole pulls apart, because they've all gone back to this fixed length pole selling strategy, which ultimately gives you, multiple poles. And we watched that BS Flex test again this morning. There's the ultimate, it's no different than the carbon fiber one, and then the basic, which is floppy as everything, which is a great second pole. There's no care. We care. We tell people, you want to buy a constructor brush and put it on a floppy pole, we say no.
We won't do it.
Don't buy it. We don't support it, So anyway, that was exciting. That was exciting news. And now, poor old Luke the window cleaner, his post is gone. So we got a copy of it, and then we had a read of it and a bit of a think about it, and then all of a sudden it's disappeared. He must have been told to take it down.
He might have got told off. Oh, poor Luke. Maybe Luke's out there in the wilderness now,
might be looking for a new home, new friend,
Exactly.
We're friends with everybody. You need to do something with the Wash It Pro. We're going to look at putting a little kit together for the Wash It Pro, because we're going to make a Wash It Pro. I'm going to start on it in the next couple of weeks. Just let me move house and a couple of other things.
There's a guy I'm talking to, Stephen, called Tim Anderson in Northern Ireland, and you two may be able to do something.
We like the Irish.
Message me. Drop me an email, Stephen. Email is john@reachitpoles.com. I'll look after you. We'll sort something out.
In the long, long past, when I was your age, I had a business. Had 100.
When men were men and women loved it,
right? And I had, 105 people working for me, and I had a preference for Irish, Kiwis, and that was it. And that was it. It was a business in Australia. So, but the Irish, you guys know how to work. You know how to drink. And we had no overtime. We had fixed salaries. So we paid well. We had no overtime, and then, boom! Friday night, $500 on the bar, $1,000 on the bar, right? Because all the simple people and the easygoing people and the conservative people would go home, and the Irish, me and some Kiwis, would all hit the bar and have a great time, and that's how we kind of paid our overtime. That's proper Irish overtime pay, don't you reckon? That's how you look after an Irishman. Right? Money on the bar. Like that.
What's Renee said?
Renee, she needs to do something with a Washer Pro. What does she say? Oh, she needs a flow. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's what eBay's for.
Like trade it on a flow.
We can't trade it yet, but we could eBay it. Like, we could do a deal with eBay. We're thinking of doing trade-ins and stuff like that.
She could put it on eBay, and the money she gets off eBay.
I can hardly see it, Johnny. You look like you've got a halo. It looks so religious.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm godlike.
How's that?
Oh, that made it. Oh, look at that. Now I've got a bigger halo. I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Flow.
All right, so who's got some questions? Who's got some questions for us? What else have we got going on? What happened to the America's Cup?
Oh, don't talk to me about it.
Okay, that was a quick story.
We lost our race against Oracle. But the interesting thing's going to be, yet again, they paid a low-life scumbag on board our boat to give them information and feed them leaks. And guys,
it seems like a true story.
If any of you guys on our boat are actually watching us, find the prick on the boat that's leaking the info and throw him overboard.
Throw him overboard!
We've had enough of bloody Kiwis jumping ship to that crew.
But see, we're just talented.
And let's see what mechanical equipment they're bringing from Warkworth to put on their boat for the next run.
He loves America's Cup. He loves it. What happened in the rugby?
Oh, the British and Irish Lions, they beat us.
Yeah.
They beat the Barbarians.
You've had a bad week.
The Barbarians they beat. No, the Barbarians are a mixed-up team.
Right.
So the British and Irish Lions should have thrashed them, but they only just beat them.
All right.
Stephen would have probably watched
All right, what happened in American football, Johnny?
Who cares? Who cares?
You can't say that. So anyway, what
Apparently
else?
some guy called Ronaldo in that game where they hug and kiss each other, he got a couple of goals last night.
Soccer.
Oh, yeah, that game. Where they run up and cuddle and kiss and
they fake injury.
fall on the ground and go, oh my God, I'm wounded.
Yes.
I'm offended that
it's
you
the
went past
It's
me.
the only game where it's legal to fake the ref, right? That's just bizarre, don't you think? Like, you have a ref and the players, like, there's no like significant, like, you're out of this game if you successfully fake the ref. I think that's a bizarre set of rules, right? I'm sure that's not the original man's soccer.
Yeah, but men don't run up and cuddle and kiss each other and jump.
No, but I don't think they did that. Like Gaelic football. Let's ask the Irish, right? In Gaelic football, do you all run around and hug and kiss each other all the time?
That's different again. It's not that funny game with the round ball.
Okay. Well, it's not a round ball Gaelic football. I agree. All right. So what else are we going to talk about, Johnny? What customer service issues do we have overnight? What inquiries do we have?
No customer service. Inquiries, I don't know. I had to sleep.
You did have a sleep.
Yeah,
he crashed and burned at 10:30 or something.
I died.
And anyway, I just kept going. I'm a machine.
I woke at 2. The lounge was quiet and dark and nothing was going on. I thought he's sleeping. I'm wandering off back to my bed.
Well, I must have woken up just after that.
I went back to sleep.
Because I woke up that phone call.
I don't think he woke up. I think what happened was he woke up just before I heard me flush the toilet and went, I better get up.
No.
I better get up and pretend
I slept on
working all day.
Right? I'm trying to get this website finished so that the e-commerce side of it, so that we can just keep going. Next.
Anyone got any questions? Who wants something answered?
What else are we working on this week? I'm working on a new DI system, like twin tank DI. Somebody asked me a couple of days ago if we can put a tap water divert on it. So I'm thinking how to do that. So we'll have it straight through tap water. We'll have it bypassing the DI tanks and going back so that you can have variable TDS. So you'll have basically 3 settings: pure tap water, pure DI water, and then mix of DI water. And then there'll be a TDS meter with 2 points, but 3 options of where it goes. And then what I'm looking at is some bags, so you can make it easy to pull the resin in and out, like, just make it convenient. So we're looking at a vacuum machine so that we can pack them in the shape of the tank, like round, like cylindrical. So we'll probably look at I've already set the boys on to start hunting one of those down, like a vac pack system. And then we're going to make a plinth, like a stand for it, and then it'll have the dual TDS mounted on there, and then the tanks will come in and out. You'll be able to put a trolley underneath it, What else does it need to be like? Like, what else do you want? It's got to sort of lock into a motor vehicle and not slide around all over the place, not tip over, so it'll be stable. The base will be wider than the
So not be too tall?
Not too tall.
If it's too tall, then it gets...
Yeah. No, well, or you can put, you can stand with your legs apart in an earthquake. I don't know how many of you have been in an earthquake, but you have a really big earthquake and you're as tall as me. You put your legs apart. That's it. And you're stable. Whoa, like this. We come from the land of earthquakes.
We sure do. We sure do. We've had our fair share of them in the last couple of years.
Whew, devastating.
Too many, too many.
Devastating. Oh, The Art of War. I shall read for you. The Art of War. So here it is. Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is he's the dude, right? He says, the military values victory. It does not value prolonging. Right, so then it has a little synopsis on the back, like just to help us, sort of guide us, right? So I have to put my glasses
He's getting old.
on briefly. Look at this.
He's getting old. He's got to be able
All right,
to see.
I'll hold the card up so you can't see. Right, victory means taking hold, whereby one comes to a view that is larger than either one's enemy or one's own. So victory means taking hold, whereby one comes to a view that is larger than either one's enemy or one's own. By contrast, battle is costly. When prolonged, it is devastating to all. If victory cannot be quickly attained, it is destructive to attempt it. Wow, that's deep. So the art of war is, if you're going to win, you got to win quickly. Yeah, and you have a look, like you guys have got some wars that we've joined you in, like Vietnam and places like that, and it is destructive. That's what he says. Like he said this like 400 or 500 or 600 years ago. Like, if you can't get in and get out. Then you look at the Iraq War. It's a little bit messy after the war, but it was quick. You look at the Israeli 6-day war. Boom, boom, done. It makes sense, like you got to do. So how could that apply to us in our business? That's the question. Speechless? Well, I think that if you're going to take it, you're going to, like, if you want to take some market share, and you're going to
look, you're getting all those Chinese.
That's all right. That's just telling you how much left on my phone. So if you want to, do a marketing campaign, you got to strike, and you got to strike quickly. You got to put your all in. I think it is put your all in, because if you don't put your all in and you just keep slogging away, it will be destructive.
Like
it'll wear you out, right? It'll wear you out if you just try and grow your business a little bit. So you set your thing, you say where you want to go, and then you put everything into it, and you don't back off, and you don't limit yourself, and you just go, right? And then
you flow,
and you flow. But it's right. I think that, and the other thing is that, like it says at the beginning, that the viewpoint has to be greater than your own and greater than your enemies. So you have to be able to get up above everything and not just say, "Oh, I'm going to win," but you actually have to say, "Look, this is where I'm at. This is where he's at. This is where everything else is at," and you got to get right up above it and set a plan, right? And then when you have that plan, the plan is about everything. Right? It's not just about you and your direction and your perspective and the way you want to go, like, because that's just looking through this, yeah. But you actually want to get up above and look at everything.
You're gonna reach for the stars, and look down,
and see it all, and then say, okay, I got the lay of the land. I mean, some of these cards are about the lay of the land, right? And so once you've got that, then you can set your master plan how you're going to do it, and then you set to it, really, really aggressively to win it. Yeah, how's that? That's a bit of Sun Tzu, The Art of War for you. But feel free to put some comments up here. Like, give us some feedback.
Questions.
Give us some feedback.
What's anybody want to know? Apart from trading on a flow,
victory has to be taken quickly. Otherwise, the attempt at victory is devastating. Too costly.
Far too costly.
All right, what else we got to talk about, Johnny?
Planning a trip. We're planning a trip to St. Louis.
Oh, yes, we are. We're going to be in America in July.
We're coming across there.
We're pretty excited about that.
For a special time.
Yes, we're going to a convention. Yes, a convention.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. Just a convention. But we may be able to pick up a little day afterwards. I think before we're going to go in, we've got meetings.
Then we'll go in after.
But afterwards, that area, and we may duck down to Los Angeles, because a lot of people want us to go down to LA.
Yeah, a lot.
Right? We've had a lot of people. We haven't been there for a while, and normally I fly out of LA or Seattle. I mean, we could also go to Seattle because Manny's up there, and we like Manny.
I want to go and see Rick's microbrewery.
The microbrewery. Rick,
and what do you think? I just had some customers from Long Beach.
No way.
Yep.
Long Beach?
Called
That's
me this
so
morning.
famous.
Called me this morning wanting some equipment, so we could probably go and see them.
We could contra some beer.
We could
barter.
We could barter some beer for.
Do you guys barter? Like when I had my window cleaning business, I would barter.
Beer for
like restaurants and stuff like that. Barter for like window cleaning for food. That kind of thing. Does that happen? Fireworks are going off in the background. It sounds like war has begun. But yeah.
We're close to North Korea, so you never know.
It's not probably a war. It's probably a marriage, which could end up looking like a war.
Let me have a look. Could be a funeral.
So.
There's plenty of smoke.
What? I have plenty of smoke. That's only vape. Don't worry, it's only vape. So now we've got to think, because my brain is a little bit fried. I want to tell you what's coming up this week. The glass is in the factory, but I haven't taken a film of it yet. So the next thing is we're putting the walls up. Then the lights go in on Monday into the office area. And then we've got to source some air conditioning, because my goodness, it's getting hot over here. Like it's about
31, 32.
About 90 degrees, pretty much, and 80% humidity. So that's pretty stuffy. And then the next thing we're doing is starting to build the media space. So we have a studio. I'm going to build one into my new place, and then I'm going to build one in the warehouse, sort of factory area. And then that's going to be the dedicated one with a big screen, maybe a 60-inch or a 65-inch TV or something like that.
Paul's got a 75 or an 80-inch. Our mate's got this humongous TV.
And we were playing Fruit Ninja on this thing. John's very good, actually. I think he's played it before. I think you've got to... I think, being a car salesman, you've been had a lazy chapter of your life. In between sales. Just in between sales. Like when it's time. I mean, that's how, cricket is played that way. If you've ever seen the sport called cricket.
You got to relax in between. Yeah. Otherwise cricket, you go mad.
The average human being only has, they say, 50 minutes of intense focus in a single day. Right? So the game of cricket, which goes on for days and days and days, right, is basically the ability to focus when the ball is bowled at you at 100 miles an hour, right? You've got to be able to put your focus into it, make sure you hit it if it was going to hit your wickets, and miss it if it's not going to hit your wickets. And then, everybody slags them off because they're just having fun. And then they just sort of laugh and talk and joke and slag each other out and all that sort of thing. So... And if he can maintain, if a guy can stay in all day and have these balls bowled at him all day long at 100 miles an hour, then he's truly managed his focus. Yeah? Now, the exception to that is, how long does a Formula 1 race last? 2 hours. 2.5 hours. I can't remember. But anyway, the exception, there's only 21 elite sports people in the world who race Formula 1. Right? So that's one of the smallest sports, right, as far as the number of people who play it, and they have to keep that level of attention non-stop, right? So the two sports kind of play a different sort of approach to the focus of the human mind. Yep, you do not want to lose focus in Formula 1. What you reading, Johnny?
Oh, just more crap.
Well, you should be thinking about what else to say.
I am. I'm trying to find something to say.
That's better than more crap.
I don't want to tell them what I just found to say.
Well,
about how the American Congress have just uncovered that Obama and his wife were up to a lot of the dirty tricks with the Russians.
Well, they'll have to say which channel were you watching.
The news?
No, but there are many news, so we have to watch for fake news, right? So
exactly, fake news. But there's lots of fake news floating around.
There is lots of fake news floating around, so we have to make sure that we're listening
to... Flawed tests and fake news. And
yeah.
Oh, damn!
These flawed...
We could do some... what could we do?
Well, I mean, I love it that you do a flex test of a pole over 20 feet, right? That's not even a two-story pole, right? So... that kind of makes me chuckle as well. That's kind of industry talk, but nobody wants to...
That's like saying I can go out and drink lots of beer, and I drink 5 beers in a 10-hour night.
Yeah.
And Andre the Giant went out in 1996, and he sat at a bar and drank 119 pints in 5 hours.
Yep. That's very interesting, right? Sorry, Johnny. It's Bill and Ben, and where's Johnny? So there you go. So where were we?
We're in China.
And where were we?
In Ningbo.
And where were
church,
we?
Oh, we were supposed to be at church.
The bells are ringing.
The bells are tolling.
The bells are tolling. It's time to go.
They're calling us for church.
So
Sunday school.
Well, this is Sunday school.
We forgot the beer.
That's right. I have beer in the fridge. We could have a beer. It's hot here. Like, is it hot there where you are? It's like crazy hot.
What is the temperature today?
It's insane. Like today, because the last 2 days we've broken down, right, on the iPad with the Wi-Fi. So today I jumped onto my phone. But the funny thing is that my list of what I was going to talk to you about today, like the little things that happened over the night and everything, which I thought, oh, that's interesting. I could talk about that.
It's 25 already.
Those things are in my phone, right? So I can't. I'm racking my brain saying, what else do I want to talk
25
about?
25 degrees. It's going to be 27, 28.
We're going to make another flat hose, right? We've got the Rhino hose, which we're really happy with, from a window cleaner's perspective. But we're going to make another braided flat hose, which is like a truly flat hose, like a fireman's hose.
Flat hose or a flat hose?
Flat hose, right? So
hose being the thing the water goes through.
Yeah, hose. Yeah, not those hose. Hose. So
flat one.
So we're gonna put out a 3/4 inch and a 1/2 inch, I think. So we'll match the we're gonna match the Gardena fittings that we've got. That's basically the rule. And then that'll give you like the 3/4 inches for the pressure washing industry, because they do a lot of water transfer. So they want a 3/4 inch or a 1 inch like transfer hose that doesn't take up so much real estate, so they can hook up to a fire hydrant and fill their tanks and stuff like that. So we're going to chase down that. Man, I got a bunch of things to do because we got some coin in the bank from May. Like we're gonna make some new products. I do want to say that. What you doing?
I'm trying to find some questions. Your thing's
well,
not
you're watching
working.
us.
I'm trying to see them come up on here.
Oh, I see. So is there any?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find because your phone's not working.
Yeah, we can't see comments.
See Les Ryan's here.
Oh, there they are. They're just not auto-scrolling. Oh, sorry, guys.
God damn.
Yeah, it was stopped like ages ago. You guys are probably...
brush.
Okay, you go through. The sill brush.
Yes.
Oh, have I got it with me?
No, it's in your bag.
It may be in my bag. Let me see. Here's my bag. I don't think, but it may be.
I
do have my
Mormon. More questions.
I do have my Mormon squeeze.
It wasn't scrolling. It
wasn't scrolling. We were looking. Mark Henry's here. Oh, that feels better, because I thought nobody's joining, nobody's asking questions.
We agree, John Tornabine, nothing like an ice-cold beer.
John! I've got a Mormon squeeze here.
We had ice-cold fruit juice yesterday morning.
We did. I'll go and get a beer.
Les Ryan, 6 degrees Celsius.
Oh my God.
Is it snowing?
That's like 20 degrees for F. Sorry, John, there's only one beer.
Oh, vodka will do. San Diego is 65.
I got to empty the fridge anyway.
That brewery of yours would be going down rather fine. That's there, yours. Rick.
So this is like little Qingdao beer. The reason we drink Qingdao beer is because there's so much fake beer. Qingdao beer is cheap. It's a Chinese beer made in Qingdao, but not spelt that way. And it's actually based on the German invasion of Qingdao. So the Germans moved into Qingdao and set up all these breweries and beautiful homes and stuff like that. There's a very German flavor to Qingdao, but they actually make a good beer. Yeah, they've got a couple of different styles, but this is...
And they called out faking Budweiser here.
But they sell it cheap. The secret to not getting your beer faked in China is to sell it so cheap that it's not worth faking. So this can of beer is, you can probably see by the size of my hands. My hands are a little bit bigger than Donald's, but not as big as Tony Robbins, right? So, this can of beer we bought...
3.8 RMB.
So 55 cents. But yesterday we bought the big bottles of beer.
12 in a box.
12 in a box.
1980.
These are not. These are not like mini Coronas. These are not like Coronas. These are like, bottles of beer. Like over a foot tall.
Yeah, the big bottles. The big bottles. 20 RMB, which is about $7. $7.
No, 20 is $3.
It is too.
Your maths is terrible.
It is today. I have
$3 for 12 bottles of beer in a cardboard box. Like they even had the cardboard box. It wasn't. You didn't have to take them away one bottle at a time.
No,
long necks. That's what they're called.
Yeah, long necks. You got 12 of them in a box.
12 of them for $3. Like they make it so cheap that nobody can
they made it so cheap we could not carry enough boxes.
Also, they only make it. I don't know what this one's. Probably 4%, but.
We couldn't carry enough boxes
Cheers
away.
to you, boys. All right, where's the rest of the questions? Are you scrolling through there? No, but the other ones we missed like 40 or 50 comments, man. I'll tell you what I'll do. Oh, that is good. Sunday morning refreshment. I didn't even drink last night. That's pretty crazy. Well, I had a few beers at Johnny's place, but that's not drinking.
St. Louis open to the public? No, unfortunately
not.
No,
it's a private event. That sucks, doesn't it? I'll tell you what I'll do, Johnny. If I log in to Perry Tate Live...
Oh, you might be able to get in on there for a change.
Perry and Johnny Live, right?
Can I ask
If I log in... Got to refresh... Here we are.
Joseph, you can ask a non-window cleaning question.
Hell yeah, we love the non-window cleaning stuff.
Exactly, you may get an honest answer.
You never know. We ducked down to Los Angeles because a lot of people want us to go to non-window cleaning. Turn that volume down. Alright, now we can read this.
God damn, we can see. I reckon you plug that back in up there.
No, because I can't.
Why not?
So where's your non-window... Oh, here he is. Can you talk about healthcare in the different countries you live in, Perry? Yes.
This country here has the best healthcare system in the world.
Adam's drinking an IPA. So I'm going to tell you this story. My buddy, Yoav's came here 20 years ago, I think. No, anyway, he's been all over the world.
20 years he'd been here.
No insurance. He got to 60 years old. They've started a factory about the same time as we did. His son is a friend of Harrison's, a friend of mine. And he had the need for a triple bypass. So he goes into hospital with no insurance.
Here in China.
In China. He's had a little event, so they wanted to stabilize him. So when they're stabilizing him, that's like 7 or 8 days in advance of the operation. Then he had an operation. He had a private room all to himself. I had the operation. Then he came out okay, right? And then he stays in for another 4 or 5 days to stabilize and make sure that, get the morphine into him because it's pretty painful when your chest has been ripped open. He had open heart surgery by a senior surgeon who's done 6,500 operations. He had the heart pumping, so there's 2 ways you can do it. Isolate the heart, which makes it a little bit easier for the surgeon, but it takes a little bit more rest. So it was a heart pumping operation. Successful. This was like 5-6 months ago. Now the guy's fit again and walking every day and stuff like that.
Climbing hills.
Yeah, he's moved to Greece, to Crete or somewhere like that. So he has a magnificent life. How much for all of that? Right?
You guys
total. Have a guess. It's going to be crazy, but how crazy could it be?
One of the awesome things he told me was, he said, when you go in, you get the wristband like you get everywhere, but the wristband's got a computer scanner chip thing in it. And he said every time, if he went and got a blood test, it just went ching, and the dollar amounts added up. If he got
a little screen?
Yeah, it had a little
screen. It says how much money you owe?
He said when he got given medication and it went ka-ching and it went up, and he said I went in and had x-rays done, and he said all of a sudden it went up. 60,000, 80,000. He said it's going up and going up.
Well, not those numbers, yeah.
Yeah, it was. And he said, and then I went and when I was finished, he said, I got the grand total, and it was on my wrist. He said, if it was in US dollars, I would have nearly had another heart attack.
Damn right.
But you guys guess, how much was it?
Come on, Joe.
Come on.
Do you already know the answer?
Somebody guess.
Joe might already know the answer. I may have already told him this. So that's a triple bypass, 14 days private room in hospital, senior surgeon, heart pumping, right? How much money?
We know no one in America ever gets those operations because America
and New Zealand,
it cost you a fortune.
It's not 30,000. How much would it cost in America, you reckon? No insurance.
Do the conversion.
What? I know what the conversion is. Nah, I'm going to tell you.
Yep.
What's that say?
With insurance here, it would still cost around 10k.
Oh, 10k is not bad. Yeah, that's what I reckon, Rick. It's about $300,000 in the US, right? $500,000 if something goes wrong. Yeah, because total bill $15,000, 100,000 RMB.
And if something goes completely wrong, it costs the insurance company millions if you're insured.
Maybe. Don't talk so softly they can't hear, right? So here's what happened to me. I had a skin cancer on this ear, a little one, the one that goes slowly. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, so I had that. So we went to a plastic surgeon and said, we want to cut the wedge out. Actually, this ear is smaller than this ear. It's kind of cute. So I like this ear better. But So they
Travis Miller's come to
basically they charged me for the first. Like had an operation, cut a wedge out, send it off for testing.
No, Rick, 15,000 with gorgeous nurses, not pretty for $1 million.
No, and then so that cost me like $350 for that. And then it came back that they didn't have the margin because they got to have the cancerous cells. They got to have like a 1 millimeter margin or your 25th of an inch or something like that. So they didn't have the margin. So then they had to do it. She had to do it again. So they booked us in, and she did the whole operation again. And we said, well, how much is this operation? This is also a senior plastic surgeon, and she said, oh, you got to pay the $30 registration fee. But she says, I'll do the operation for free because I buggered it up the first time. Yeah, like who does that in medical? Like that was a chance to hit us again or hit us on double. Like you got no choice.
Do it or die.
New Zealand, what's healthcare in New Zealand and Australia is pretty similar, isn't it? It's kind of like
the biggest problem with healthcare I found in New Zealand was you went to A&E with a genuine emergency. And there were
A&E means accident emergency. And
there were these twats there with little Johnny and little Mary that stubbed their toe or got a bloody bee sting. And I'm going to say it, all the bloody immigrants that come in and they go and all sit at the hospitals because they've got a cold or stubbed their toe or got a bee sting because the medical at A&E is free. They don't want to go and pay the $30 or $40 at the doctor to get seen.
So that's the system in New Zealand. You have to pay if you go directly to the doctor, and we don't have medical centres. China doesn't have doctors, like in a sense doctor surgeries. It only has hospitals. So all medicine in China is applied through a hospital. You can't go down to a doctor's surgery or see an independent doctor or anything like that. So here we go. But people who migrate to another country have a right to healthcare, right?
Why should they have a right to free healthcare when they've never worked there a day in their bloody lives and they just roll on in and don't want to go to doctor? And you talk to them and they go, "Oh no, it's free here. You have to pay at the doctor."
Okay,
and then the rest of us that have a genuine emergency, you see people with broken arms and blood coming out of them, laying in stretchers, waiting to get seen because all these other tight-ass twats won't go and pay.
Okay, so Johnny, here we are in China as immigrants.
Yep.
Well, how do you go to the doctor?
9:30 one night, a few weeks ago, as you know, I was feeling like absolute crap. Absolute crap. I do have high blood pressure. And I went home. I was at home. No, it was earlier than 9:30. It was about 5 in the afternoon. I got dropped off home. 9:30 at night, I thought, I am crap. There's something seriously wrong with me.
Seriously wrong.
So I got to the hospital. I'm in the hospital. They did every test known to man, almost. Took bloods. They did a full body scan. They did the head scan. They took blood pressure readings. They did everything. And gave me an emergency pill that brought the blood pressure right down from 220 over 130, I think it was. They thought I should have been bloody dead.
That's right.
They did all that. They didn't want me leaving hospital, but I left hospital at 1:30 that morning, so I was in there for 4 hours, and I had to pay 600 RMB, $80 to $100.
See, that's disgusting, right? That's disgusting, because you're a bloody immigrant.
I paid.
You're an immigrant.
I got billed
you got
and
cheap.
I paid.
You got it cheap. You're an immigrant. You're not Chinese. You should have paid the proper price. You took advantage of the health center. You took advantage of the Chinese health system, which has got people on low pay. You're on an amazing pay, and you just you just walked in there, and for $80 you got every scan known to man. You got your medicine. Yep. You got your senior doctor, right? But you're just a cheating immigrant. That's what you are. You're over here taking advantage of the system.
For free, and there's no other way. You can't go to a personal doctor here. There are
close to free. You took advantage. You should have gone to the foreigner hospital in Shanghai.
I went to Shanghai. If I'd have gone to Shanghai, I might have died on the way.
You should have paid your $4,000 if you went to the American-owned hospital in Shanghai.
Yeah, but that's American-owned, so you get charged a bloody fortune.
That's what you could have done.
Who else is here?
Yeah, you pay I haven't paid medical insurance, I don't think, in 20 years.
Yeah, I was drying out.
It will not be good. It will not be good when I have an event. It depends where I am in the world where I have an event and whether it's alcohol induced or not. Yeah, leave your hands off that beer. See that? He had a little sleight of hand. He went to go for the beer. So there we have it. Medical, right? That's medicine. Thailand is completely different. You can go into Thailand. Oh boy.
Oh.
I'll show you how you can get in Thailand. Go into the pharmacy, you can get anything.
Oh, you can get. Well, what did you get in Thailand?
Oh, I'll show you. You're not allowed any, Johnny.
I'm not allowed any of what he found in Thailand.
This is my stash. Look, you can get stuff like this, like a whole box. Like, this is like, it's called Camagra because it rhymes with Viagra, right? And I've still got a whole, like I haven't used very much of it, it's still alright. And then you get these other ones, I don't know what that says. But it isn't written in English. But you get these, like anyway.
Cigarettes.
But you can buy, you can buy all sorts of pills for anything. And so, like, I'm like a kid in a lolly shop, aren't I? Like, I'm buying, like they're all different, I guess, different formulas. So I'll say, well, I'll buy a box of that, and a box of that, and a box of that, box of that. Let's try this stuff, right? But you can buy any medicine, like, so cheap.
Any
like
medicine.
This is 50 oral jellies. Like you put it in your mouth, and it like goes into your bloodstream or something. Everything works just perfectly. So that was like 400 baht, divide by 30. So that was like $12. Like, you guys pay $15 or $20 for one Cialis or something.
One
you know
pill.
that?
For one pill,
oh, that's
that's
what New Zealand
it
is. In New Zealand, it's that much money. Like, that's ridiculous, right?
Chris Stubbs eats Manuka honey and he never gets sick.
Does it give you a boner as well?
Depends on where he puts the honey, I suppose.
I guess so. And if there's anybody else to help. So anyway, you know, that's the thing. Thailand medicine is cheap.
$4.65 a month for health insurance.
I'll show you how you get your pills in Thailand. Oh my God.
$4.65 a month. That's $6,000 a year in health insurance. Don't know where he's gone. He's gone to find his pills.
I got my little stash. It's up there. Anyway, so...
Yeah, Manuka honey is good, Chris. It is
now
good.
Tell me this, Chris. Like, Manuka honey, can you genuinely buy Manuka honey? Is it, like, because they've got these different scales, like 5, 10, 15, 20. The
15,
Chinese are right
25.
into it. The Chinese are right into it. Do you reckon it's true? Is there any difference between one Manuka honey... Yeah, because they made up the scale themselves. I mean, are they concentrating it? I mean, it's true, like with milk, we can concentrate. We can take out the lactalbumin and the...
With Manuka honey, if you put Manuka honey into a 44-gallon drum and it's kept in the dark, apparently the UMF factor does grow in the honey.
So it's like whiskey.
Go up.
It's like whiskey. Oh, Johnny, you'll love these.
What the hell are those?
Like, this is like, if you go to Thailand and you buy medicine, you can get Panadol, ibuprofen, you know, like your other one, like what do they call it? I've got some in my bag. Anyway, ibuprofen, Panadol, paracetamol, aspirin. This one's for Johnny. It's anti-flatulence. Like, so I'll be giving that to him. Look at you, like, you got...
Oh, yesterday,
he
I ate
bubbled up
something.
real bad yesterday. He ate something and he was chronic. But all of them come in these little packs like this, right? So they kind of just put them in a little machine and seal them, like, you know, there's no box or anything like that. So,
Jesus. Chris, do you want to know, so that's, you pay $35 a pound. Do you know how much the peanuts here pay for Manuka, for a 500 gram, 500 gram? Yeah, 500 gram.
Well, half a kilo is about a pound.
About a pound
of honey.
Of Manuka honey here in the Ole shops. Well, in any of their shops. I was in there 2 days ago and I damn near fell over. I told them they were bloody burglars.
How much was it?
1,500 RMB, which is $200 for a pound of Manuka honey. And I know what it costs to get it out of New Zealand because I was a farmer. I know what they're paying for that stuff out of New Zealand, and it ain't $200 a pound.
Just outrageous, right?
They jag themselves.
See, that's going slow.
It is too. It
Yeah.
keeps stalling.
I don't know why that's happening.
It's an iPad. What do you expect?
This is an iPad Pro, buddy. Like, that's faster, more powerful than your computer. Like, that is a serious piece of equipment right there.
Oh, no, look at it stalling and stalling.
No, that's the network. I'm sure that's the network. Maybe the oh, look, I got somebody came in. What, WTF? Yeah, that's right. But the Chinese have got so much money, you can't believe it. Like, when we start, we're gonna do a Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men live walk China. So one morning we're gonna get up and we're gonna run with the mobile phone and we're actually gonna walk around Ningbo together.
I thought we were gonna do that this morning.
We were gonna do it this morning, but we're running a bit late, I think.
True.
But we'll do that. We'll do a walk around. Oh yeah, we're gonna say there's horrible things happening in London right now. I've probably heard about it. They've got a bunch of terrorist attacks running simultaneously. It seems allegedly.
Nuke the bastards back to the sands.
No.
Yes.
No, not that much. No, we've got to have the NSA, the FBI, the CIA, and MI5 and MI6.
Do their job
and we've got to round them up, and
eradicate them like the rats they are.
Put them out somewhere else, because you don't want to confuse the people. There are good people. Like, the whole principle of America is built on the freedom of religion.
What's happened to your
Snapchat? I don't have Snapchat.
Yeah, you do. You got those bloody expensive glasses.
Oh, okay. I had one set failed, but because I bought them off a guy on eBay, I couldn't get the security number to prove that I owned them, and he never helped us out with them. So that one set failed. The other set is hilarious. I probably have the recording. I haven't gone through and edited all the recording from my trip to America, but I was in Rich's boat, and then I'm just sitting in the back of the boat. It was coming to dusk, so I put the Snapchats up on my head. This is down in Florida, in the Keys, and then and he's floored it, and he's got like 600 or 800 horsepower. His new boat. I wasn't on that one. He's just bought that one. He's just bought a 1200 horsepower boat, like 4 300 horsepower outboards. Unbelievable. Anyway, so he's floored this thing, and the wind has got underneath my Snapchats and blown them into the ocean. That's it. That's where they are. So
Florida.
Ain't no going back and getting your Snapchat glasses. So, boy, they were fun, but I'm gonna get another pair, like, for sure. They're something else. I will edit that one day when winter comes around, or the summer break or something like that.
We don't get winter.
Come on. There we are. Are we there?
No, check and see if we're scrolling. We might not be scrolling.
Okay, we'll see if we're not scrolling or we are scrolling. We're scrolling.
Nobody loves us anymore.
Nobody's got anything to say. What other questions you got? Law and order. You want to talk law and order? That's another interesting topic, Joe Skinter. Here, law and order is like insane because you don't have any rights. So they got cameras everywhere. Oh. They can arrest you without cause, but they have cause, right? Because they've basically got everybody under control. So if a guy wants to sort of like smart mouth a policeman,
a bad idea.
He could be locked away for 2 weeks, no free phone call to your mum or nothing like that. You just disappear.
Say, right? Mummy, come and say that it's very naughty to lock me up.
So what happens is that they basically, if you talk to anybody like, I just want to smack that guy, or I just want to, or hey, why don't you go and do this, or why don't you go do that? Everybody's answer is always the same. It's just not worth it. It's better to control the situation. So all of the conflicts, the things that would lead to road rage, the things that would lead to arguments and fights and domestic violence and all these things, all of them, there's this filter being played over the top saying it's better to sort it out. Because the consequence of it turning into a police matter is like crazy.
You don't need it.
No?
You don't need
crazy. Just turn up and lock you up.
And the stupid thing is,
I like that.
99% of the fights that we actually see out in bars at the moment when we're out and about are all caused by one certain ethnic minority.
Yeah, there's an ethnic minority.
It ain't the Chinese, it ain't the Americans, and it ain't the Kiwis or the Aussies.
No.
It's one group that come here.
There's one violent group that come from like massive poverty, and then they come into China. China's pouring a lot of money into their country, so there's some trade-off,
But they are just like predators to women, and horrific. They just fight all the time. They just need kicking back out.
When you come to Richard Academy,
we'll take you down and let you see a bit of scenery of the monkeys in the zoo.
Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it for yourself. Yes. Pretty interesting.
If you have a car accident here in China, if you bump into somebody and there's a bit of damage, you don't get out and act like a great big monkey and want to bash them round the head and yell and scream and swear at them and fucking threaten to kill their family. You stand there, and if you two cannot negotiate suitable compensation, the policeman does come along. And when the policeman gets there, he writes everything down and he tells you what you are going to pay the other person in compensation.
That's the court case right there.
Done.
That's it. He rides off, you drive off, or they get a tow truck if it's like more, but mostly they're only small
things. And if you don't agree, he has you taken away.
That's it. There's no go to court, no nothing like that. It's all done and dusted right there, right then. And if you can sort it out between the two of you and you're both happy, you say, look, that's 2,000 RMB, and the person can say, okay, I'll transfer the money like digital money, or I'll give you the cash. That's it. Done. Done and dusted. Easy.
Not going to visit the UK at the moment, buddy.
I'll have a look at the tickets and just have a look, because sometimes a round the world ticket like China to America to UK to China is cheaper. Have you ever been to the UK?
No. We could
oh
do that.
My goodness! Now you want to go, right?
We could do this.
You had no plans. Like 30 seconds ago, you had no plans
at
all to go to the UK.
Up at the airport or something.
Now there's a chance to go to the UK. You want to go?
Might
right?
have to take this with me and deal with those buggers at the airport.
It's unbelievable.
They jump on my plane and try blowing it up. They'll get.
But you know we don't really like the UK. Like, you guys just got a funny way of looking at the world, Julian.
We can go to Northern Ireland and Ireland.
Oh, Ireland now. If you said Ireland and Wales, maybe I might accept that. But, you know, I don't know where the problem people are. All right, Jason's signing out.
Is it bedtime, Jason?
Sayonara. Yeah.
Nighty night.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to come to Wales.
Yeah, we can come to Wales.
I've got a mate of mine lives in Wales.
I've been to Stonehenge. That's in Wales, isn't it?
No.
Yes, it is.
Is it? I don't know.
No, you know nothing.
My mate lives in Wales.
They go, blah, blah, no, and then you go, oh, shit. Like, I actually didn't know what I was saying right then.
Grouchy lives in Wales.
Oh, you want to ring Grouchy now?
I could ring Grouchy and tell him we're coming to visit.
No.
He runs a massive car dealership.
You ring Grouchy now and ask him, where's Stonehenge?
He runs a massive car dealership in Crumbia. Crumbia in Wales.
Now Julian's going to tell me it's not in Wales.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
You peanut. Who knows nothing?
Oh, my God. Well, I really thought I'd been to Wales because I've been to Stonehenge.
You've probably seen some whales.
Oh, but that's it.
Taken some whales out. No.
I had an interaction with a tree.
With a whale.
I met this tree. And sounds like crazy. No, it's really crazy. Sounds crazy, but I'd actually gone bust, and my marriage had broken up, and I had 3 kids, and I really wanted them, and so I ended up going to see. My sister was living in London, so I went to London. What did John say?
Hey Joseph, do you want to sober up or not? Do you want me to keep going?
It's shocking. I mean, he's straight off the boat from New Zealand, and there's no handbrake on his tongue, right? It's just blah, blah, blah. There you go. Yep. So, anyway, I'm in this. My sister takes me camping in Sherwood Forest or something famous like that. Like, I've been there.
Oh, you're going to pretend you're Robin Hood.
I was running around in my skinny tights,
Maid Marian. I hear there's some Maid Marians in there.
There could be some Maid Marians, but skeletons.
Yes.
So anyway, but there was this tree, because I had this big business. We were doing about 1.5 million a month. And it was not a solid business. It was like cracking at the seams. We'd grown way too fast. So this business, I said to Harrison, we'll just keep the handbrake on. Everybody wants to sell it in other countries. We're just going to focus on America. Just keep it steady.
Australia.
Let's just keep it manageable so that the problems that we're having, we can manage the problems with the resources that we've got. Now we're bigger. We can push the foot to the floor. But I know how to push the foot to the floor. Don't you worry. So anyway, we're like a year old, and we're doing 1.5 million a month. And so then it had gone crashed and burned, and Microsoft sued me for $1.3 million, and all sorts, like my whole world fell apart, right? So I went to see my sister and did a Kentucky tour.
Oh, Kentucky tour.
That was great. 21 countries in 21 days.
Is that like the vagina liners?
That's what it was, exactly that. So, but anyway, before that or after that, I went to, what shots are you drinking? I'll tell you where he is. He's in Buffalo, New York, where they have hot wings, Buffalo Wings. They come from. He's taken me to the original. I've been to the original Buffalo Wings restaurant with Joe Skinter.
Is that one of those places where the women look like buffaloes too?
No, well, it's cold up there. Yeah, it's cold. They need. They don't want to turn the heating on.
Oh, okay.
They just
Grow the population.
They carry it around with them, right? So anyway, so then I met this tree, like, that was unbelievable. It had a trunk that was like, 4 times round, like one of those huge trees, but it was only like 20 feet tall. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 20 feet tall. And it had this canopy, you'd call it, right? Had this canopy that was going out like 50 feet radius. So it had been chopped off by some storm or a bolt of lightning or something. It had been massive and just chopped off at the feet, which is exactly how I felt at the time. And then it had just, instead of growing up, it had grown wide, right? And it had become like a massive, like cover for everything in this, like Sherwood Forest is not like a forest of big trees like we would say, like a man's forest, like, kauri trees and stuff like that. It's kind of like shrubbery trees, And anyway, so I gave this tree a hug because I said, that's exactly how I feel. I just feel like I've been chopped off, but I will learn this lesson from you, Mr. Tree, right? Is to grow wide and, like there's another way to grow if it's not going to be up.
I'm wondering why you keep on going up and thanking these trees as we walk down the road.
I'm a bit of a tree hugger, but not in a weird way. Am I? I don't look for knotted holes and things like that. Don't go. Yeah, that's right. He's not gone to see. That's I thought. Like, he thought you'd gone to sleep because you're always reading your phone.
I got customers. We get customers here on live chat all the time off the internet, off the website. I got to talk to them. We got to communicate.
Right? Hold your phone up and say, "Look, I'm dealing with a customer right now. Excuse me." Right? Mike Howard is here. Jeez, Mike, you always turn up. We're about to finish.
Exactly.
We've talked about healthcare. We've talked about the London attacks.
He did put me to sleep, Hugo. That story did put me to sleep, like many of you. You're probably all snoring.
Oh my God.
It's like he walked into a tree.
Do you still... what's up? Like, I can tell you, like, we've talked healthcare. We've talked, the news
trees,
in the window cleaning industry.
Walking into trees.
Johnny wants to walk into a tree, see how it goes. How's LNH Industrial, my friend? In Savannah, Georgia. This dude, if you're looking for pressure washing equipment, this guy is the guy. Mike Howard, right? Save him.
3 a.m, Julian.
I thought you were up late, Julian. Are you on the piss?
He's taking shots to put up with us.
You got to be on the booze, right? Ah, good. Well, you're a good man, Mike Howard.
Julian's probably
It's 9 in the morning here, but I'm having a beer because, like, when in Rome, do as the Romans, and I'm in America right now. My images.
Christopher has come back.
Chris, you're back? You put the kids to bed and then there's back
Hugo
to
made
Bill and Ben the flower pot then?
Thanks to my flow. That's the one, Hugo.
I thought your doctor said you got to slow down on the cider, Julian Pierce. Like, I saw you blame the Reach It Mini for your cider elbow, right?
Cider.
That's it. Yeah, drink from the other elbow. Maybe that's the answer.
Multitask.
Yeah.
Hugo, $7.50 from his flow today.
Wow.
3 days work, Hugo,
nice.
and you paid for it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Great
Hugo was a
investment.
gentleman. Hugo was a good guy because... Oh, who's fighting? That's Holloway. Holloway.
Can you stream it for us?
Yeah, stream it back to us. We'll come in on Facebook Live on yours.
Only drink on the weekends
that's
now.
Not so bad, yeah.
The weekends every day.
Yeah. Who?
Aldo. Who the hell's Aldo?
Aldo? Is it a man's fight or a girl's fight? I don't mind. I love the UFC. I might go and pay $50, Johnny, and what do you reckon?
I reckon we should.
Yeah? We better get off here if it's gonna...
Where are you guys at the moment? We are still in Ningbo, China, sweetie.
Yep.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yes.
It's nearly time to go.
It's nearly time to go. Hey, the bar's open soon.
Jose Aldo.
Oh, how's it? Yeah.
Noah's on the UFC now. Is it good? Are we ready? Is it still going to be worth $50 if we put $50 down? Pay to play?
Pay to play?
Yeah.
Only $50. Hillary would never accept you for $50.
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? She blamed her own leadership, and she blamed that they were bankrupt. The DNC.
She had to fund the DNC.
And then she said, "I had to put my own money in." You go, "Hey, girl, where'd you get that money from?" to be able to support the Democratic Party of America.
To fund your own party.
Oh, I get it. The foundation, like, donations.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. I had to put my own money in. Like, do you not remember, like, 10 years ago that you had no money?
Is that why Bernie didn't make it?
No.
Because the person that funded the party got to make it?
Now. They're investigating that
God damn.
Like, the poor old DNC, I mean, like, you know, I don't want anything to go wrong because it's like, you know, you want democracy to survive. You have to have this, you know, bipartisan sort of approach to things.
Yeah, but
so you want it to work out.
But
boy, there's some messy stuff going on there.
You've got to fund your own party to get it going, and then all of a sudden, shock horror, you become the candidate.
Millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions of donations. Like, you know, how does she say? Well, I know, but how does she say that they were bankrupt? Like they had like Soros and guys like that, like putting
maybe the donations had to come in through the Clinton Foundation, and that's why the DNC didn't have any money, because they took 98% as a commission for putting the money through.
That's possible. But now the Bernie Sanders side is actually suing the DNC for money because what happened is that those people like who want to support Bernie Sanders wanted to put their money in behind him, and then if they put their money in behind them, they assume that there's a fair and unbiased...
It's skimmed from the...
right, from the fundraiser. Like, they think it's fair. Oh, somebody from New Zealand. That's pretty cool.
That's Robin talking.
Oh, that's good. Good to see you making money while I'm talking. So then they put their millions of dollars in behind Bernie Sanders and then find out that it's rigged and that the DNC was never going to give them a fair chance. And then they want to sue the DNC on the... I don't know how it's going to work, but boy, I mean... This is the good thing about listening to us, Mike Howard, because we're not, you know, we're allowed to talk politics and religion, but we don't talk the other stuff. My new place, I've got 2 new places. I've got a new factory. It's going good. We put the glass in for the offices. Now putting the walls in above the glass, so you can see through from the offices to factory. Like so, and everything's in line. So everybody feels like, even though the office is going to be cooled and all of that, and people on desks, and the workers are going to be standing and things like that. Then, but it's basically, you'll see it. It's really nice. And then I'm moving house today, tomorrow, like over the next couple of weeks. I'm just going to take a couple of suitcases every day, and moving over just above Johnny's house, right? But he has a palatial house. I've just got an ordinary house, but higher up. And he's got no balconies, but he has a magnificent view. But I found a place which has got balconies, which is the reason I took it.
I can throw him off ordinary thing if he doesn't shut up.
And I'm going to put bar stools out there and drink coffee, looking at this amazing view, which you'll see soon. And we'll be running Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men live from the new place soon.
Yes.
Yeah. Will we maybe even have a backdrop?
Will there be a bar there?
If we do it, we may even do some morning ones so you can see the night view, because the night view is stunning. This city is probably one of the most beautiful cities that I've been to.
It is a fantastic city at night. Fantastic city. The scenery is just
we've crossed a new line. We've got the most commented on live video yet. High five! Bring it in! That's it. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. If we can get more comments each time, then Facebook's going to say, yeah, these guys are worth listening to, watching to, and they may even start to promote, right?
The Bill and Ben.
The Flower Pot
Laurel and
Hardy show. Butch Kennedy and the Sundance Kid, or whatever he is.
Whatever the hell you want to call us show.
Yeah. But don't load us up with comments right now, because otherwise it'll make it harder for the next session.
We could call it the whatever the hell you want to call us show.
It could be we don't even know half those comments. I'm going to have to go back and read them all and comment and be nice and civil and all that.
You're welcome, I did it.
Play that. Oh, did you?
No, look.
Oh, yeah, it was you. That's it. It was all you joining in. Oh, we're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. We've got to go.
No, we're going to go.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow night. This is...
him saying good night from him.
You're meant to say it's good night from him.
It's good night from him.
And it's good night from me. See you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the UFC, right? We've got to pay our bucks.
Yeah, we're going to pay to watch it.
Nathan, we're just saying good night, my friend.
God, it's going to cost us less than alcohol to watch the fight than what it is to watch it.
Yeah, that's right.
Mind you, if it's a quick fight, it might cost us too much.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
We'll be drowning our sorrows for the 2 days.
Get drunk with Perry and John. That's it. Get drunk with Perry and John.
Take shots.
We'll have a shot game. We will have a shot game and see who can still type at the end of it. And then, like, once we get a decent audience, like, you guys just push this out here, and then once we get a decent audience, then we're going to start doing some giveaways and stuff like that.
I know what we could do.
But I'm not going to do a giveaway when there's only, like, 10 people watching, right? I'm going to wait until it's big.
When we get to catch up with George again, and he gets us our bottle of 1800 tequila, we can have SHOT Show.
We could have a SHOT Show. In July, we will have a SHOT Show.
SHOT Show with 1800 tequila.
For sure. We will do, like, have you ever watched that Chile one?
Don't drop the bottle on the ground this time.
There's that Chile one where the guy interviews people and he's on Chile. Like, we'll bring some people in and we'll get them pissed. Right? And we'll talk to them live on Facebook, yeah? We'll have to sign some disclaimers in America, because otherwise they'll sue us, right? I know how it goes over there. I'll work it out. Yeah, that's it. You got it, Mike Howard. You know how we're going to call it. Yep.
SHOT Show.
My. We'll get political and connection cut. Oh, no, we're going to do it from America. Right? In July, we're over in America, so we're going to do it from America. You saw us got cut the other day, right, when we started talking politics. That's why I'm coming in beaming in from my phone right now, because if it's in through the landline, I think they put the bots around and catch the feed, because that's three times we've been cut off. So, but certainly that other one, when we're starting to talk about social engineering, we ain't going to do that no more. Yeah, we'll save that for an American one. Todd, you can't join now. We're leaving. It's over. It's over, Johnny.
It's over?
Yeah.
I
haven't pressed the button yet. Oh, are you? What do they want? What does the customer want?
I was trying to book a table so we can go and watch this game and have a beer.
Oh, Uncle Bruce's?
Uncle Boothie. We go to Uncle Boothie.
Oh, I love Uncle Bruce. He's so nice.
Poor Uncle Boothie.
He tried to pick me up when I first came to Ningbo.
Jesus, he doesn't look that strong.
He made a bit of it, right?
He was excited by your height.
I said, sorry, Boothie, I'm just not into boys. I'm just not. I like girls.
Prefer to be in gills. Into gills.
That's how we roll.
God damn, we're going to go.
Alright, we better go before we become irreverent, right? It's Sunday here. Alright, see you guys. Love you and leave you.